Good morning, everybody. My name is Darlene, and I have Parkinson's. I thought I would talk a little bit about the stillness that comes with Parkinson's. Everybody knows that I have animated movements a lot of the time. That's dyskinesia. People know that that happens to me, so therefore they expect that. What they don't expect is the still times. Now, I can explain it to you what that's about, but that doesn't help it when I'm at a function or out in the store or something and people see me. I'm an oddity because I'm moving spastically, so therefore they kind of look at me. But then when I go still, it happens just rapidly. Like I just all of a sudden, I can feel a tingle come over me and everything just goes still. And people don't understand that, and vice versa. When the pills start to make a difference in my medication, I start to move again very rapidly. So if, say we go out for a dinner, like we used to live in a senior center or a seniors apartment building, and they'd have a dinner downstairs once in a while, and I would go down, and people who didn't know me, they would see me for the first hour and a half being very much on the move. And then all of a sudden they would look over and I would be dead still. And it would be sort of like, well, why can't she sit still the whole time? Why is she rummaging around? Like people, and they don't directly ask you, you just know that they're pondering that. Little children can be frightened of you. Dogs can be leery of you. And so when the stillness comes, everybody thinks that you should be very grateful for that still time. When I am very animated, I go, oh, if I could please just stay still for a little bit. But when the stillness comes that I get from the Parkinson's, the stillness is unbearable because the pain that's involved with it is not fun. Everything goes rigid on me. From my toes up, I can see a big ridge all the way up the front of my leg. My arms bother me. It's hard to hold your head still when you're not used to doing that. And so stillness doesn't equate calmness for me. Somewhere in between would be nice if I could reach that happy middle, but so often it's one or the other. And when you compound it with other issues, as I have with neuropathy, then I can't distinguish what's causing the problem. Is it the neuropathy, or is it the Parkinson's, or is it a combination? Everybody seems to be in agreement that it's a combination, but everybody kept telling me, like, oh, when I say everybody, the doctors and whatnot, kept telling me that the movement that I was having and the rigidity I was having and the numbness I was having was related to diabetes, because I was very heavy. I was 290 pounds, and I could see how they would mistake it for diabetes, because you should have diabetes at 290 pounds. But thank you, Bill. Bill just brought me a nice dish of pistachio ice cream. Pistachio almond ice cream. So they think that it has to be from diabetes. So they send me to a diabetic doctor who immediately puts you on medicine and whatnot. And my sugars weren't that bad. They were, on the borderline, but they weren't that bad. And they certainly did not warrant the complications I was getting with the neuropathy. But I couldn't get anybody to listen to that. So I did all different kinds of neuropathy tests and nerve tests and whatnot. The one test I didn't agree to was a lumbar puncture. And the reason I didn't agree to it was for me to lie still, for them to do any of these tests, then it requires me to miss a dose of medicine so I can be still. But when I'm being still, then I'm in pain. So you try to avoid that. Well, the day before I was scheduled to have this
lumbar.
I don't know if it was the lumbar puncture or the spinal tap. It was one of them. But anyway, I was scheduled, and the day before it, they did the other one. So I had one thing that was sort of invasive to the hip and the bone, and then another one that was going to be up in my neck area, or further up. No, it was going to be down my spine, but in the middle, I think. But anyway, I just couldn't face it, because I said to him, well, what will this do? Will this tell us what kind of medicine I need to stop this progression of this neuropathy? And he said, it won't give us anything that will reverse what has happened to you. We might be able to slow it down. We might be able to have some answers as to what caused it. Definitely give us information for helping other people. And I just said, you know what? If it's not going to change the circumstances I'm in, I just don't want to have it. So he very gracious, and I said that to him on the morning of the surgery. Like I was there and he was going to take me down. And I just couldn't face it. So he said, all right. He said, I will make a note of that. If you change your mind and you want to come back, you can come back. So anyway, time has gone on, and now this neuropathy is really out of control. At any given time, whether I'm moving or I'm not moving, I am numb up past the knees. At any given time, day or night, it doesn't make any difference. This hand here, like I went to demonstrate to Claudia, and I said, oh, it was about this big. And then I went, hang on. My fingers aren't moving. I wanted to say it was about this big. I couldn't open these fingers to do that. So these fingers are now all gone. There's no feeling there at all. And these fingers, I have a little bit of feeling, but I don't have a lot of movement. So we decided that I was going to get these answers. So Claudine phoned the surgeon back up and said, he wasn't in the office, but she talked to the nurse and explained it all. And the nurse said that he comes back into the office this next week and he will look it over and let me know. And then it was the nurse from the neurologist office that I go to said that if the surgeon doesn't do it immediately or hums and haws, they'll find another surgeon that will do it so that I can get that answer. But it doesn't mean it's going to get any better. So I'm trying to come to grips with, this is happening to me. What am I going to do in order to not let it affect me? It's going to affect me, but what am I going to let it, I don't want it to stop me from living, but I have to find other ways. So I showed you my little adaptive things that I've got. I'm trying a few other things, and I will eventually come across the right ingredients that I need to put them together to help me have a good quality of life. Right now, I feel like I'm waiting for one thing after another, and I'm not really accomplishing much. So I want to start to accomplish some things. And I guess the only way I'm going to do that is by just putting my mind to it and saying, if they need to do these tests, they need to do these tests. And if they say I need to try this medicine or that medicine, I have to give it a try. Otherwise, I'm giving up, and I'm just not prepared to give up. I am prepared to say if they find anything more wrong with me, that I will choose to probably not do anything about it, because I can't face anything more. I really can't. So on the positive side of things, because you know me, I like to be positive. On the positive side of things, I found a good recipe that I really, really want to try for Make It Monday. I think I'll be able to do it, and if I can't do it, Claudine will help me do it. And it sounds like it's going to be delicious. And so I am looking forward to doing that. So wait a couple days and you'll be able to see if I succeed at that one. And whether I succeed or whether Claudine succeeds, the recipe will be a hit. I know that. All right, I'm not going to talk anymore here. I'm going to wish you all a great day. And I'm hoping that every single person out there has a positive attitude. And let's put out into the world all good feelings. Because if we put our good vibes out there, some of them will come back to us. Some of them will go out to other people. And that's what we need, because this world is in trouble at times and people are very negative. We need to show them how to do it. So let's start a movement of showing them how to be positive and grateful for whatever circumstances we have. All right, that's it for me today. Talk to y'all tomorrow.